So here are the parts that I got from Deeveeus Covers. He makes a lot of really cool stuff, kind of custom stuff for the third gen Camaros. So there are different variations of some of these as far as the screen meshes and the design. Like this is a wiper delete, so there's no cutout for the wiper blade motor arm. You can get it with. I don't have wipers on my car, so I went with this and the dot mesh. These are the battery area covers, so these will sit right here and basically cover half of my intake. I already have a pass through here from the daytime running light that forces air to the filter, and that cover will kind of help direct that airflow into the filter on both sides. So I have those, and then this is the defrost vent cover, so this will sit up here. This will replace the plastic piece that sits along there. And then these are the taillight covers. This goes inside the hatch and sit on top of the taillights to fill the gap between the body and the taillight. Makes it look a lot cleaner. This is a relay box cover, so this sits on the driver's side and it covers up the relays that you may have here as well as the wiring. I have one of my main wiring harnesses running over here, so I did cut a tab off. He has it to where it sticks out over here and kind of fills that gap underneath the fender lip, but I just removed that in order to allow my wiring to still run through there. And it's all done really nicely, nice clean cuts. There are different mesh options. This is the dot mesh. He has like factory screen mesh as well as honeycomb, and I think maybe another option. I did both the dot mesh on the defrost vent and the wiper vent area, and I'm gonna have them all painted a flat black, except for maybe this one. I might go gloss black with that, but I'm taping up the mesh in order to keep that silver, and I think it'll look really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one taped up, and then I'll get it over to my buddy and he's gonna paint it. You can either paint them, powder coat them, leave them bare. They're aluminum. But he does a really good job, and he has a few other products as well. As far as like these filter panels, he's got another cover that sits up over here. He's got headlight covers that fill this gap here. So I mean, he's got quite a bit of stuff. It's Deeveeus Covers. I'll have his website linked down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested in any of this. But let's go ahead and get these painted. So we got everything painted. This is the right side relay box cover, the defrost vent cover, windshield wiper vent area cover, the two tail light covers for in the back, and then the two air filter or battery cover plates. And they came out really nicely. So I'm not going to be installing everything in this video because I have some plans to do on the car, and it'd be pointless to install them because then I'd have to take them back out. I will be probably installing the taillight covers, the filters, so it might just be this one that I'm not installing, and then this one is going to take a little bit of work. Not sure what I'm gonna do here because I have a dash cap and fitment isn't perfect with it, and there's no way to really secure the sides. I tried putting some spacers down in there, but even with it kind of like that, then it's kind of off over on the other side, as you can see. I might just have to center it up and, you know, hope for the best, and I might just try some thicker 3M in the center here and leaving these without supports, because really, I mean, it's not going anywhere. I don't have heat or AC, so I don't have defrost. It's just kind of to try and make this look better and kind of give it a custom look. So I think it looks fantastic. It's just a matter of how I'm going to actually mount it where it looks, you know, decent in the dash cap, since this, I'm guessing, doesn't have the exact same shape as what the original dash does. So that is it as far as those parts. I'm going to go ahead and get some of these installed, and I will show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. So the defrost vent is in. I tried my best to try and get it to fit. I don't think it's on Deeveeus Covers. I think it's on running a cap on my dash. It's changing the shape of the hole from what the factory one is, just being off a little bit can throw off what he's created. So I ended up having to split it to try and get it to fit the best in the corners, because it was about a half an inch shy on each end, and the angle, if I got it straight in one side, it would be off by like 3/8 of an inch gap on one. So I ended up splitting it so I could actually angle them where, you know, best as possible. It's still only 3M'd in the center, and I mean, it fits pretty decently that way. I just have the gap in the center. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna run this or not. I don't know if it's gonna bother me. And then there's just a little gap up towards the front over here, and it's like the angle of this one. So I think it has more to do with the dash cap that I'm running than it does the actual product itself. But moving on from that one, I did get everything but the relay cover box installed, just because I'm not going to install that one yet, because I have wiring to do. But there is the battery covers, and I'm basically using this to force that cold air that's coming through my daytime running light, and it's being forced up through that vent into the filter instead of it, you know, kind of blowing up or blowing around. This will kind of more direct that airflow into that filter. Eventually I'll probably end up bringing these filters down, and maybe one day just completely enclosing this, or I may do I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I think they look really good. I knew this flat black was going to make the rest of my engine bay flat black look gray. And then there's the windshield wiper delete, which that was easy. Just some pop clips, and then I went ahead and removed my sprayers and my arms that were left. I didn't have any wiper blades or anything on there, because all of that's been deleted. So that was a really easy install. Fitment's good. I think it looks really good. And there you can see the defrost vent as well. These were super easy. You just unbolt this section, lift it up, and then you use a pre-existing hole, put the supplied push pin in, and then just bolt down there. Same thing on the other side. And then, like I said, I haven't installed that. The only thing left is the taillight covers, which I have a little bit of paint drying, because I ended up taking just maybe a half an inch tab off of right here. It stuck out, and that tab comes over here, but my quarters have been reworked because they did the side wing delete before I bought the car. So I think the shape of this is off a little bit. There might be more material here than there used to be. I'm not sure, but it was basically running into this. I removed it, test fitted it, and it fits really well. Super easy. I mean, it's a custom part, so if minor modifications need to be done, I mean, everybody's car is going to be different, especially when you're working on something, you know, in the 80s. So I'm going to go ahead and get those installed now, and then we'll take a look at them. So even though I'm not installing this, here's a quick look at it painted so you guys can see what it looks like. He did like a seam sealer along the edge there where it's bonded together. It turned out really nicely, so we will get this one installed eventually, just not in this video. There's the old wiper arms that were still installed on the car, and the old vent. And then to quickly look at this, here are the covers. Don't mind the seal and everything. It is dusty back here because I always drive with my windows down because I have no heat or AC. My exhaust blows straight into the ground underneath the passenger seat, so it kicks up a lot of dust. So even though all the seals are new, they're thrashed right now, and I need to wipe everything down. But the taillights look great, and there's just a little bend in it to overhang the taillight, and I think that looks really good. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, please drop it down in the comments. Once again, these are custom parts, so if your vehicle is a little bit different, maybe it's had some work done to it, or things have changed on it, you know, some work might be necessary to install some of these. Just keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the vent or not. I guess I'll see how it does after I go on a drive. But other than that, I think everything turned out really nicely. And then later on, when I get done with the wiring, I'll make sure to do a video installing the other cover. But that is it for now. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. Once again, if you guys have any questions, comment down below. And as always, if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.